I recently found a connection between the 1937 film Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, the Beatles and the Apostle Paul. Any idea what that might be? Well, the connection all centres around a secret. In the film there's a song called I'm Wishing, where the words are, do you want to know a secret? Do you promise not to tell? I'm standing by a wishing well. And then John Lennon's mum used to sing that song to him when he was really little, when he went to sleep, and it stayed with him, and it was the inspiration behind the 1963 Beatles song that he wrote, Do You Want to Know a Secret? And then if you look in Paul's letter to the Philippians, in Philippians 4, verses 11 and 13, Paul wants to share this wonderful secret that he's discovered, and it's like he's beckoning us in so that we can learn this secret that's impacted his life, that's really helped him, especially in difficult circumstances, and he wants to share it with us because it can help us. And the secret is one of being content, and it's one of contentment regardless of the circumstances that he was facing. And it was regardless of whether he had plenty or very little. And in fact, it's extraordinary that he wrote these verses about this secret. He said, I've learnt the secret of being content whilst in a Roman jail, chained up in a Roman jail. And Paul had been someone who had had a lot, and he had been through a lot of hardships, he had lost stuff, and yet he learned this secret. And the secret was this: he learned not to focus on what he did not have, not to focus on what he had maybe lost or could not access, but to focus on what he had and what could not be taken away. The love of God could not be taken away from him. His salvation could not be taken away. The forgiveness of God was his. No one could take that from him. And the promise of eternal life was set before him. And that was the secret that he learned. And he learned that Christ is enough in all circumstances, in all situations. And we would be wise to learn this secret. Let's focus on what we have and what cannot be taken away. We're living in a time of restrictions at the moment. We're living in a times where we'd like to see family and friends. We'd like to travel. We'd like to do some of the things we've been used to. And yet during this third lockdown period, we can't. So let's not focus on what we can't do. Let's not focus on maybe what we've lost, but let's focus on Jesus. Christ is enough. Let's learn the secret that Paul learns, and that will lead to contentment. And Paul writes at the end of those verses, and the Lord will give us strength as we learn this secret. So you can know contentment in all situations. Paul seemed to be full of joy and full of peace as he wrote these words. And he was full of strength because he drew on the Lord to strengthen him. And that's the same for each one of us. Let's focus there. Let's focus on what we have, what cannot be taken away, and not what we don't have at this time. God bless you.